You want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk, baby? Let's go for a walk. I need to get a jacket. Okay, so I've decided I want to start documenting some thoughts. I think that documentaries are my favorite form of media to consume. And I think I just love that it's like boring. It's like so relaxing, and I think I just love putting myself like in another world. Are you excited? And as someone who is a video editor and has done video editing, quite a bit of it, I think I get bored with like fancy video editing and fancy like video creation. And what I really just want to do a lot of times is just like almost like escape to another world without fancy transitions and without text over the screen. Just maybe live in someone's mind for a little bit or experience their world the way that they do. And that's like so fun for me. Like, even like I realized like with dating, like I just love to like put myself in somebody else's world and like understand how they see things. Like, it's so interesting to see how different people see things, especially if you're like dating on apps. Like, I just feel like you're more likely to connect with people who are just like a lot different than you and like wouldn't normally stumble into your circle as much. So it's just like so interesting to hear like how they frame up their world and how they see things and how they judge things and what they value and what they don't value. And like, it's just fun to like kind of ping pong off of that and like escape a little bit almost like into their world. And I think like when I think about the type of content that I've made in my life that I go back to, a lot of times it's things where it's like I can kind of go back and explore like a state of mind I was in at a certain time, as opposed to like pictures. I don't find myself like going back and looking at pictures hardly ever, but like I will totally go back to videos that I recorded. I've just always gravitated toward videos a lot. And then also like art I've created, because I get to kind of go back and experience that state of mind that I was in, like with the poetry I've written and things. And that's like just so fun to like go back and like feel that again and like feel it from like even like a different, newer perspective. It's just like a cool experience. I love that. And so I've been like really contemplating like how I want to create now, and I just feel like there's a lot of changes as far as like creation goes. And you know, Instagram has been such a place for creation for so long, and Instagram is definitely changing, and I still love it. Like, I'm not anti-Instagram, honestly. Like, I'm anti like scrolling forever, but you know, I've got apps and things that kick me off when I've been on there too long, so I don't find myself doing that too much. But I have kind of found myself like experiencing content differently and looking for almost like a different kind of content to experience than what I'm used to. And I think definitely like my favorite kind of content these days is just hearing people's thoughts. I just love it. I just love listening to people's thoughts. I don't know why. I love it. But I feel like there's something about thoughts that like just inspire me so much. Like, I think I live in my mind a lot, and I love exploring like other people's minds, and it like puts my mind into like new directions and like inspires me to kind of like explore different ways of doing things and thinking about things and approaching things. And like, I don't know, like I just have like a very high value for perspective. I think perspective is so powerful, and the ability to adapt and change your perspective is so powerful. And like sometimes I even think about like the evolution of the human race is basically just an evolution of perspective. And that's like really what we're doing in a lot of ways. Like we're just growing and adapting and changing our perspective, which is what makes life interesting, right? Like you get to look at the same thing with a totally new perspective, and it's like such a delight. Like when you go travel and then you come back home and you see home like so differently, and it's got like all this magic to it now because you've had like time to get away and to like, I don't know, try a new drink, and then you want to go home and make it. Or you go to an Airbnb and the way it's decorated is so inspiring to you, and you want to go home and do that with like your world. And so I think like perspective is just like a really beautiful thing. And like I was thinking the other day about like things in my life that I'm like most happy that I've done. And like I think they're all things that have just basically like changed my perspective on my life. Those have been like my favorite decisions that I've made. Like moving to a certain city that just like totally changes my perspective on life. Or like getting my dog or my horse, which like changes my perspective on like caring and responsibility, and even like being tied down as like a really positive, awesome thing that I'm like in love with. And so yeah, I think that just being able to like modify your perspective is such a cool thing that we get to do. And I think that that's like why I love words so much. That's why I love poetry so much. That's why I love quotes. Man, there's nothing better than like a quote that like changes your mindset about something. Or like something that like, you know what I love is like something that's like short, like a phrase or a quote that like totally shifts you into like a totally different state of being, like, and something that you can even like repeat throughout the day that just like grounds you or just like puts you back into yourself. Like I have one that I stole from Jonathan, what's his last name? Jonathan Martin, and it's literally been like one of my favorites since like high school. It was just like a line in his blog, and ever since I've like kept that line so close to me, and I love it. And it's just there's so many beautiful ways to stay awake. I'm sorry, that's not it. There's so many beautiful reasons to stay awake, and I've like always just loved that quote. And I think it's because it's just like so easy for me to just like tap out and just like want to tap out and just be like, ugh, I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of everything. But it's like just a reminder for me to like plug back in, and that like there's so many beautiful reasons to like plug back in. And that can be taken like so many different ways, but like I just love little lines like that. Like that's why I freaking love fortune cookies. I know it's so stupid. Or like I posted the other day that like all teas need to do is just put a little quote on their tea bag, and like I would buy their tea. Like I literally buy Yogi teas just because of their stupid little quote they have on every tea bag. And like I don't even care if like there's another brand that's better. Like I want my quote every day, and I want to like open it and see what quote is in it. And it always just like speaks to me. I don't know. It's like going to the airport, you know, and you're all excited about your trip, and like all of the signs in the airport are like that are so cheesy just like speak to you in this like profound way. It's like the best feeling. I love that. The power of words. Words are awesome. They can just like land right in the middle of your soul in the way like few other things can, in my opinion. Paintings sometimes do that for me, but gosh, nothing like words. Words are amazing. So anyways, I think I might start doing more media type creation in this form. We'll see. We'll see if I stick with this format, but I'm enjoying it right now, so I can see myself doing it again soon. We shall see. All right, that's enough.